Good afternoon, guys. My name's Scott Stanworth again from Barnsley in South Yorkshire. Originally from Blackpool North, St Anne's. Now in Barnsley for 20 years. I've lived here for. Today we're talking about Open the Box fruit machine, which is a pub fruit machine, which is what I currently own. I've had it just over a month. I paid £175 plus VAT from a guy in Huddersfield. Can't give his name out because it's confidential. But yes, it has been in the arcades at Scarborough, in quite a few different arcades around Scarborough on the seafront. It has been looked after by the arcade owners that owned it previously, and then it's then been moved from the arcade from out of the arcades and amusement places in Scarborough seafront into a pub in Scarborough, and then it's then been moved eventually from a pub in Scarborough by the guy that I bought it off to another pub in Huddersfield, and then the guy that I bought it off has then bought it off that pub in Huddersfield, which he was a local guy who lived in Huddersfield himself, and they sold it to me for £175 plus VAT. The machine overall itself, I'm talking about pub fruit machines today basically. This one is called Open the Box, as I've just said. That's the one I own. It's in very good condition for its age. It's only about 5 or 6 years old. It came out in 2016, so it's not a bad machine. It's it's about 5 or 6 years old. It came out. I've googled it. It came out in 2016, and this machine it's in very good condition for its age. It's quite modern. It's not an old machine like the old ones that I've had in the past. The machines that I've owned previously have been Deal or No Deal, Doctors and Nurses, Rainbow Riches. I've owned quite a few different machines, but I mainly buy them for home use, and I don't like use them for making profit out of people or anything like that. I don't have a gambling license, of course, because I don't need one because it's for home use. It's not going to be used for the public. It's just going to be used for me and myself only. In terms of the machine, I'm going to show you how it works. In other words, like on free mode, which I will show you. But yes, this machine, it's very good. It works perfectly, no issues. It's never had a fault on it. In terms of power, if you have it on 24 hours a day, as in all night and all day constantly, and you never turn it off, yes, it will use a lot of your electricity. If you have it on just in the daytime, like say from 10 AM in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, which is what I have it on from, I turn it on at 10 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, and then I turn it off at 9 o'clock at night, so that I save myself a lot of electricity, so it's not using power for no reason. Because if it's on all night and I'm sleeping, there's no need to have it on during the night if I'm sleeping, when it's just going to be flashing away, using my electric, when there's no point in that. This is a good machine. I have the keys for it. I have the refill key for it. I have the bottom door key for it, which puts it into free mode if I take the bottom door off. Also, this machine, it's in good condition, to be quite fair, for its age. To say it's only 5, 6 years old, and it's been in amusements in Scarborough, and arcades in Scarborough, and other places, and then also pubs in Scarborough, and then finally to another pub in Huddersfield, its final place, and then now its final place is with me, which is when I bought it off the guy who's from Huddersfield. I can't give his name out for legal reasons, because it's, I don't have his consent for that, but yes, it's in good condition. It's a very nice machine. I've changed some of the bulbs in it because some of the bulbs were wearing down and weren't very bright, and they were quite fading away. So I put some blue bulbs in, which I'll just show you, if I can just show you now. The blue bulbs are here. Can you see that? The blue bulbs are just there. Look, that's the blue bulbs just there. And it's called Open the Box, and that's the top there. And that's there. And it's called Open the Box, and it's just there. Look, Open the Box. If I can just get it on an angle for you. Open the Box. You can just see there. Open the Box. And that's the keys. And if I just show you the keys for it, this is the key that I have for it. That's the refill key, which is just there. You can get these on eBay for around you can get these for around £3 or £4. The refill keys are very cheap to buy. They work in all machines. Do be aware that if you do buy one of these refill keys and you try to use it in an arcade and you get caught, they will ban you and they will report you to the police for fraud or fraudulent activity, because it's classed as fraud. So if you do want to buy one of these refill keys, please make sure you have a fruit machine available in your house that you have it for, not just to take it out and go try it in other machines at arcades or in casinos or anything like that. If they catch you using it, they will seize the key off you, or they'll ask you to hand the key over. They'll report you to the police and they will have you arrested for fraudulent activity. That's what it's classed as. So beware if you buy a refill key. I've got this for my machine only, not for any other purpose. That's the key. The blue key is for the top door, which is what opens the entire machine up at the top, where you can change the bulbs, you can check the buttons are working, check all the lamps that are working, make sure that the LCD display screen's working fine. So that's for that, the blue key, which is just there. That's the main, that also opens the main part of the machine up. And then this part here, the final key, which is a very small key, is for your bottom door, which is what opens the bottom door and puts it onto free mode if you take the bottom door off. So that's the small key there. Yep, that's the small key there. Put the key back in a sec. I'll just pop it in there I'll pop it in actually. I'll show you on free mode in a couple of minutes. But yeah, the machine itself, I love the machine. It's very nice. It's quite a popular machine. I've seen them on eBay. They're selling for brand new. You're talking about £2,000 directly from the manufacturer that makes them, which is Barcrest Games Limited, who make them. They sell them for £2,000 brand new, manufacturer's warranty, with 2 years warranty from the manufacturer, which is Barcrest Games Limited. That's how much they sell them for. You can look on eBay and you can get them cheaper. For a refurbished one in the condition that mine's in, which is basically excellent condition, you're talking around £500 to £600. Depending on which seller it is. You might well get one cheaper of this one, or different ones that look similar to this one. I mean, the prices on eBay, they vary from like £150, like you can bid on them, from like as little as like £10 upwards. But you have to bid on that, and if you win the bid, then you get the machine, obviously, and then it's your job to arrange collection and have it delivered to your address and things, and make the payment and things like that. Or you can just buy one off eBay, and then you have to go and collect it yourself with a van. They're into £150 to buy it now off eBay. You can buy them now for around £150 without having to bid on them. Without having to bid on them, you can buy them from as cheap as £150, but they're normally older type ones. You know, ones that are like mine are like £300 to £600 going upwards like that. In terms of the machine itself, the buttons work perfectly. There's nothing wrong with the buttons. They're all working perfectly. As you can hear them clicking. There's nothing wrong with the buttons. They do use power, of course, like all machines do. My machine is set on a 25p play jackpot, with a £35 jackpot. Minimum win is £1, which is the cherries, and you get features on it. Like you can get the super feature, and obviously your extra features that are on the machine, and etc. etc. In terms of the machine, it's good, it's enjoyable, it keeps me occupied. If you like fruit machines, then I suggest you get one. You can get them very cheap, but you've got to look in the right place for them, of course. This machine in particular, I do like it. It's a nice machine. It's doing pretty well so far. To say I've only owned it a month and a half, so it's doing pretty well. No failures on it, no errors or like alarming or anything like that. If the machine does turn on and there's a fault on it, it will alarm. And it will set off its alarm, or it will come up on the LCD display screen saying there's something wrong with it. If there is something wrong with it, you'll know, because it will let you know, either by alarming or by on the LCD screen. It'll pop up saying there's a fault, and it will come up with the error code, and you Google that error code, you put it into the YouTube, and it'll tell you what the code is, and it'll give you the idea of what the fault is. If there is a fault on it, you have to call an engineer out, which will be a fruit machine engineer who will know how to repair it. That's not free. They will charge you to look at it and to inspect it, and to, of course, diagnose the fault on it and repair the fault, or replace the item or the part that needs replacing, which get the machine back into its original condition so it's fully working again. They are easy to maintain if you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. I've owned quite a few fruit machines, pub ones. They're not hard to maintain. As long as you know what you're doing with them, they're fine. But in terms of the machine itself, they are pretty good. I know people that own them for the home use, and I also know arcade owners that own them, and yeah, they're very, very good machines. In terms of the wheels, you've got to make sure that they're lubricated with oil to make sure that they're not stiff, make sure that they're actually running smoothly, make sure that the LCD display board is not got any missing pixels, make sure there's no dead pixels or anything like that, make sure it's fully operational. I'm just going to show you now how the machine operates. I'm just going to take the back door off for you. If I just take it off and just show you, this is the back door. I'm just going to take off now for you. 1 second, guys. So that's the bottom door there, as you can see there. That's the bottom door. You can't really see that well because it's dark, but because of the darkness. And that's there. And it's just initialising. It's just initialising, look. It's just initialising there. It's just initialising for you. And if I just press that, door open. If I press start, if I just 1 second, 1 second, guys, just get it to, yeah, and if I just press it on there like that, as you can see, that it's now running smoothly. And that's just moving there like that. Get it on there like that. And it's now running smoothly, as you can see. It's running perfectly. And it's running smoothly. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. And it's perfectly running. Nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. It's all running as it's meant to. Nothing wrong with it. And that's basically the machine running smoothly. So there you go. That's the machine running up and running there. That is, of course, the bottom door, which is just there. That's the door there, as you can see. And that's the key that's in. That's the key that's in there, look. Put that back on 1 second, guys. And that's, I've reset the machine. It'll come back on, it'll initialise as it normally does, and it'll just go back to it was in free mode just then, but now that it's not in free mode, it'll just initialise, and it's now spinning the wheels to initialising. It's opening the box, it's checking all the faults, make sure checking the machine's okay, just checking itself that there's nothing wrong with it, and then it'll just then go back to normal play mode, which is what it's gone back to. As you can see there, back to play mode. That's in back to play mode just there, look. And that is, this is the new video. This is the update from the last video that I did, which was called Fruit Machine Advice 2016, with the red machine that on the video, which you can't miss. It was called Doctors and Nurses. That's the last machine update that I did on Fruit Machines. Today is another update, which is the 22nd of March 2021 by Scott Stanworth from Barnsley in South Yorkshire. So yes, if you need any advice or anything, get in contact with me, or you can email me. If you want to, or you can just leave me a comment on my video and see what you think about it. But that's the best advice I can give you so far. That's the end of this video from Scott Stanworth in Barnsley, South Yorkshire. Pub Fruit Machines 2021 update video. Thank you from Scott.